When it comes to Wollongong on screen, the Illawarra has been portrayed in many ways, and in this short film we'll explore the many times that Wollongong has been represented in films, documentaries, music videos, TV shows, and even a couple of animations. It seems now that when filmmakers and advertisers try to think of a way to show off their product, they always rely on the Sea Cliff Bridge to be the best way to represent, be it for car, business, or even promoting Wollongong itself. The Sea Cliff Bridge now has been overused to a point of over-recognition and that it's stereotypical.
It's not a million miles away, but you'll feel like you are. It's just a short drive south of Sydney, where you can leave your everyday world behind. Grand Pacific Drive. There's no place like it.
Thankfully though, musicians of Wollongong know that the Gong's famous traits and landmarks are much more than the Grand Pacific Drive. Take for example Mark Edwards. The music video in Australia's popular music program Countdown was filmed on location at Woonona Ocean Pool for the song Worlds Away in 1985. Though not as picturesque and unique as other locations in Wollongong at the time, the music video gives some fame to a small and obscure place. I think that's why it's so special. But fast forward 29 years and famous local heroes Tumbleweed show off one of Wollongong's most popular mining sites, Bombo Quarry, a very iconic location for bands like Vegies, Hockey Dad and Ruby Tuesday. The quarry was even featured in a Power Rangers movie back in 1995, as well as the location for local filmmakers Mary Callaghan's HSC project. In 1990, saw a documentary focusing on the rich music scene in the region conducted by local filmmaker and Svegie bass player Grant Osborne. Steeltown Sounds touched on our bands and their interests and inspirations, many of which pleading against Wollongong's most important aspect, BlueScope Steel, which at the time many claimed was an eyesore but is now Wollongong's biggest processor. Keeping the town alive, BlueScope relies on international business and cooperation to keep Wollongong in the same light that it is now. But back in the 1980s, the Steelworks was a prime hotspot for famous Australian musicians Jimmy Barnes and INXS. The well-known Working Class Man music video shows snippets of the inner workings of the Steelworks and its montage, while INXS's Mediate from 1989 was shot entirely on location, trespassing on site near the number 6 blast furnace to film only 2 takes before being asked to leave.
Wollongong, the brave. Lift up your hand to an Illawarra land of Depto, Port Kembula and thee. What should I say? Should I just say...
However though, famous comedians Graham Bond and Norman Gunston praised not only the Steelworks but many of Wollongong's other traits in the short ABC series Auntie Jack's Wollongong the Brave in 1975. The 4-part program follows Auntie Jack and team around Wollongong filming mockumentaries, concerts and even the disappearance of Norman Gunston, all before bursting into song of Wollongong the Brave and phrasing the iconic line, "We don't have glass, but we do have good eye pass, and Mount Jerusalem, so be proud and shout loud, speak Australian, make the sound, we also have the Choroji Hump, a small bridge crossing over the South Coast train line, and the comedy team of the Four Kinsmen claim that it's more picturesque and iconic than the two lighthouses in the Kiama Blowhole, in this edition of Win TV's Kids News. The clip eventually went viral online and caught the attention of Perth filmmaker Wayne Wapples in 2015, who now wants to shoot a documentary here featuring the hump. Now, these past films and music videos may have captured Wollongong's bright side, but in 1982 an independent film was released to critical backlash by Lord Mayor and murder victim Frank Arkle, who tried to vote at the time as he didn't believe it portrayed Wollongong in its proper light. However, it could be the most accurate of all films exploring the topic of unemployment in Wollongong, an issue that is still relevant today. Directed by Mary Callahan, Greetings from Wollongong follows 4 adolescent teenagers during their unemployed lives around Port Kembla, Cringilla, Warrong and even Crown Street. The film featured music from local band The Sunday Painters and promoted itself by collaborating with famous screen printing artists Redback Graphics for the film's posters and postcards. The film later went on to win multiple awards and was even selected for preservation as part of the National Film and Sound Archives in Kodak's restoration project. That same year in 1982, Wollongong had a mention in a scene for the Australian cult classic film Running on Empty, and some claim that a scene was even filmed on location in Port Kembla.
Would you settle for Wollongong?
And in 1984, music video and Razorback director Russell Moore Kay claimed that he had a Wollongong accent on the hit Australian show Hey Hey It's Saturday.
No, I mean...
It's a Wollongong accent.
You're an Australian. Oh, it's a Wollongong accent, is it?
In 2014, saw a film that aired on the History Channel from Wollongong's own wide documentaries. Pick Eye and Bob discusses the topic of the Delft Frame dispute of 1938 in Port Kembla. Jump to 2012 and local filmmaker and Nebulone member Nathan Burling releases a half-hour-long doco for one of Wollongong's most beloved and iconic hotspots, the Oxford Tavern, focusing on why it is such an important venue not only for friends and drinking but for music too. The Oxford Tavern saw many important bands in its lifetime: the Vegies, Man Bites Dog, the Merry Widows, Fug, The Unheard and many more before its demise in 2014. The documentary was filmed over the course of 6 years and interviews with some of the most important people in the local music scene. In 2017, Kiama and the Southern Highlands caught some attention with the production of the teen drama film Riptide, a surfing film taking place along the Kiama and Bombo coast, as well as the Killee National Park, Shell Harbour and Saddleback Mountain. These locations were also used for the setting in the 2004 comedy film A Man's Gotta Do. Local cartoonist and animator Michael Cusack represents Wollongong in his own vision with the popular web series Them on Darren, portraying 2 drugged up bogans on location of Dapto train station and later Unanderra skate park in a later episode. In 2018, Michael created a special for ABC entitled Koala Man, which also takes place in Unanderra. Coral Park Mall had some minor attention in 2019 with the release of Breach Birth, a music video from Wollongong's newest punk group, The Leftards. And online, Wollongong is receiving more fame. Multiple videos and YouTube personalities explore the depths of the Steel City. Videos focusing on Wollongong's famous traits like the Hill 60 bunkers in Port Kembla, Crown Street, and even our beaches. The popular YouTube group The Braid Gang interviewed partygoers at the front of the Grand Hotel in Crown Street. Bad drivers of the Illawarra captured Wollongong's worst drivers through dashcams, whilst an entire note focuses on obscure history and events around the Wollongong region. The actual boys explore abandoned locations and vlog their weekend adventures around town, whilst WilsoFilms is dedicated to spearfishing along the Wollongong coast. Archives have even been opened through the use of the internet, showing personal home videos and lost footage from old news broadcasts, music videos and events. Test footage from the old glider launches atop a Bold Hill in 1935 to Flagstaff Hill's go-kart track, even Wollongong's biggest floods and bushfires of 1968. Wollongong has seen much fame and attention over the years in relation to films and media, documentaries, movies, music videos that focus on its traits, highlights and even its negatives. Wollongong will always be special, not only to the locals but the filmmakers all around. It has potential for amazing settings and backgrounds. The Illawarra will always be an open canvas for those who want to share their stories, express their music or explore our hidden secrets. From the Southern Highlands to the Bold Hill, there's always something to admire on the leisure coast.
perfect way tonight. I'll ride the perfect way tonight. I'll be a member of Midnight Oil. And tonight, 30 degrees will be the point of boil. But now, I'm drinking stews to break my heart. And now, the sweets and sippers riding out the side. My dress pants, my new shoes, the new dance, dodging blues, Sicilian, busted my pretend skin her first time. But she don't wanna be nowhere real. Tonight, I'll ride the perfect way tonight. I'll ride the perfect way tonight. Tastes like pepper, the tourists push change. The tourists get thousands, the purists still counting. The real cost still mounting, so far it starts around them. And they don't wanna go nowhere tonight. I'll ride the perfect way tonight. Perfect way tonight. I'll ride the perfect way tonight.